Hello everyone, today our topic is Gestalt Theory of Learning. This question may ask like, give a brief account of Gestalt Theory of Learning. Bring out its educational implications. What is Gestalt Theory of Learning? How does learning take place according to this theory? What is Gestalt Theory of Learning? Discuss Kohler's experiment and his conclusions in this regard. What is the concept and importance of learning? Briefly discuss the theory of insightful learning. Gestalt Theory of Learning, Insight Theory of Learning. This theory was propounded by Wolfgang Kohler, Kurt Kafka, Max Wertheimer and Kurt Lewin. Kohler was a German psychologist. Kurt Kafka was a German-American psychologist. Max Wertheimer was an Austro-Hungarian-born psychologist. Gestalt is a German word which means totality, or as a whole. The whole is better than parts. An organism perceives a thing in totality rather than in parts. The whole contains the real form of a thing. The organism learns from the whole, not from the parts. Kohler propounded the theory of insight learning. According to him, insight develops suddenly, not by exercise. Insight are sense and a mental capability that is found in the higher species of organism. The organism finds a sudden solution to a problem through insight. Insight means a sudden solution to a problem that starts a process of the whole. Insight depends on some factors like capacity, experiences, intelligence, learning situation, initial efforts, repetitions and generalization. Insightfulness increases with the passage of time. Based on insight, an organism solves the problem easily, spontaneously and without errors. Kohler's experiments. Insight makes a significant contribution to the process of learning. In order to prove his concepts, he conducted experiments on chimpanzee. The name of the chimpanzee is Sultan. Experiment 1. He locked a hungry chimpanzee inside a cage. He kept some bananas outside the cage at a distance. Sultan see the banana but not able to reach out for that with his hands. Tired Sultan sat down. He moved around the cage and saw the stick lying inside the cage. All of a sudden he had an insight. With the help of stick, he get the banana and remove his hunger. Experiment 2. In the second experiment, the banana were kept at a longer distance and could not be reached by Sultan with one stick. Kohler had now kept 2 sticks in the cage and they could be joined together. The rest of the situation was same as before. Sultan tried to draw the banana with each of the sticks. He failed in his attempts and gave up his efforts to draw the banana. He then began to play with sticks. Incidentally, the 2 sticks got joined together. Sultan then drew the banana inside the cage with the help of the longer stick and ate them. This experiment was repeated the next day. Sultan took relatively shorter time to join the 2 sticks. Experiment 3. In this third experiment, Kohler made a few changes in the situation. In this experiment, he hung a bunch of bananas from the roof of the cage and placed boxes in place of sticks. He locked the hungry Sultan inside the cage. Sultan saw the bananas hanging from the roof of the cage. He began to try to get the bananas but did not succeed in his efforts. After disappointment, he sat down. He saw a wooden box lying in a corner of the cage. Suddenly, Sultan on seeing the box and kept it under the bananas. Standing on this box, he reached out for the bananas, got them, and thus satisfied his hunger. Experiment 4. In his last experiment, Kohler once again made changes in the situation. He hung the bananas from the roof higher than in his third experiment. Now, Kohler kept 2 boxes inside the cage instead of 1. He then locked the hungry Sultan inside the cage. Now, Sultan knew that the bananas could not be reached with hands. He picked up 1 box and kept it under the banana and tried to get the banana but did not succeed. Disappointed, he sat down. He looked round and found another box lying in the cage. Suddenly an idea came to his mind. He picked up the other box and perched it over the first box. Thus, he was able to get at the banana, plucked them from the roof and ate them and satisfied his hunger. Educational implications of the insight theory. Presenting the subject matter as a whole. The insight theory lays emphasis on presenting the subject matter as a whole. The teacher should first of all present the whole subject material before the students in the class, and thereafter acquaint them with its breakup units. Studying the learner as a whole. The insight theory lays emphasis on studying the learner in totality. The study of the learner should be based on all the aspects of his/her behavior and not on just one aspect. Setting of goals. The theory of learning by insight lays emphasis on setting goals. The goals have special importance in the process of learning. The teacher must set goals for the learner to achieve. The setting of goals causes tension among the students, and this tension motivates them to learn. Goals help in making the students perform. Developing insight. The theory of learning by insight is helpful in developing insight among the students. This helps in solving the questions relating to science, geometry, and algebra. As for literature, the insight theory does not hold good. Learning by insight takes lesser time and lesser labor. The talented students learn quicker by insight. The things learned by insight can be used by the students in other situations also. Development of problem-solving attitude. The insight theory is helpful in the development of problem-solving attitude. The teacher should present the subject matter in such a way that the students may be able to perceptualize the relationship between the different aspects of a problem. In this way, the problem-solving attitude can be developed among the students. Development of intelligence. The insight learning theory lays emphasis on developing the student's intelligence. It gives greater importance to intelligence than to mechanical learning. Therefore, the study material should be such as will develop the student's intelligence. Helpful in developing the power of imagination, reasoning, and thinking. The theory of insight is helpful in developing and improving the power of imagination, reasoning, and thinking. This theory also plays a role in constructive and creative activities. No conclusion on the basis of single act. In classroom, the teacher should never draw any conclusion on the basis of single act, because this theory emphasizes to observe a child in totality or as a whole, not his partial behavior. Aspiration level. While imparting knowledge to the students, a teacher must see whether the students are physically and mentally able to the level of receiving this new knowledge. If their level of aspiration is general, then they can acquire properly only the general knowledge. Relating topics to the experience. The topics taught in the classroom should be related to the experience of the children, and hence we can move towards the goal. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more videos.